Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Kenzie. So today we're gonna do two songs by Ren because I need to be catching up on things. There's just so much to listen to. And I've been doing deep dives of like other languages and whatnot, and I have so much more K-pop to get into. We're just gonna be doing duplicates and whatnot. I just have so much. So today we're gonna be doing Genesis and Seven Sins because it seemed like it just goes together somehow. And maybe it's just the titles that feel like it goes together, but that's what we're gonna do. So, Genesis is first. We got food in the background. Okay. And in the beginning, there was light. Sorry, that's it.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental.
I need to take off these because it's hard to pay attention to the video too.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health. I'm put on life support, I've been put upon a higher shelf. My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane. I don't know if they're working, cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery, what's an anomaly. Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy, begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. Honestly, I'ma speak honestly. Life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate.
I'm learning new words. Hold on. What's that? What? Hold on. Yeah, well, faith in man or fiction painting. Well, Connery could stand for a few things, so.
Me chronically, I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you.
Okay, so he says, call me Connery. So it's gotta be in reference to the artist Scott Connery, because, Ren is an artist. Only thing I can think of, let me know.
Me chronically, I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. No one was late for the art. No one was late for the art. Genesis rain in the rain when it start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis. I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons, I've been knocking on the gates of hell. A heretic, a heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. It's pain making my pain waking, it's painstakingly cold. My soul aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape round the body shape, put the body in the bag, zip close. It's malignant, it's mutating, it's such a sight to behold. Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon. Reload, blah blah, that beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em. Let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop, like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal in succession. Switch swoop, and I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind. It reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and I'm feeding on wine that I'm freedom in rhyme to defy my depression.
Man, he's right. Time is a curse and a blessing because it can be such a curse because, man, you be running out of time. Like, I'm almost 28 years old on the 16th next month, of July. Isn't it today, 30th? I'm late. It's the 27th. Anyways, so yeah, next month. I just feel like I'm running out of time. It's such a curse. I don't have any children. I've barely been able to make a relationship past 6 months. I'm a psycho, but nutcase, basket case. It just kind of is what it is. Someone one day will end up handling me. But I keep just playing games. Anyways, yeah, but time can also be a blessing for aspects such as my nephew. Battling all kinds of things. Like, he's cancer free right now, but we're still doing dialysis 3 times a week. But we're getting better. You know, he's eating more, which means he can be taken off TBN very soon, which is so nice. So then we'd just be dealing with blood pressure and dialysis, so that would be it. So that would be super, super great. But I'm thankful for that time that I'm now able to have with him because he's fighting so much. I'm thankful for the time that I get, you know, with people, the children and whatnot. That's when time can be such a blessing, you know. Yeah, time is a curse and a blessing.
Making them feel the profession, making them feel the profession. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind. It reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and I'm feeding on wine. That I'm freedom in rhyme to defy my depression. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. Never was late for the art. Never was late for the art. Genesis rain in the rain with a start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
Why was it called Genesis though? Is it because like we're in the beginning of, you know, things like we're still in the beginning, you know? Because Genesis is like the beginning of the Bible, so it's the only thing that I can really like think of. I think it just clicked, but I could be wrong as well. In the song he's talking about time. And Genesis was the beginning of time. So he's got to be talking about, you know, the beginning of his time. You know, that's all that I can think of. Let me just finish this, because you never know artists, they could have like a secret thing in like at the very last second. Nope. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're gonna go ahead and get into the Seven Sins. That was a great song. Red never seems to, you know, disappoint. I haven't heard any bad song by him, which is crazy because literally, like, I know a guy and he's like, everybody has one bad. Some artists just don't have any bad songs. They might have songs where you don't relate to them as well, but none of them are bad. Okay, like NF, okay? Maybe I'm biased, but I don't feel like he has a single bad song. Even in his very beginning, the first album, which was a Moments, I went back and listened to that. And it's not that it was like bad, it just wasn't my style, you know? But thinking from like a third party perspective, you know, standpoint, they weren't bad song. They just weren't in my bucket. And that's okay. Or XG. I don't feel like they have a bad song. And this dude's up here like, oh, well, this song's not that great. Whatever, it's just not your personal taste, and that's okay. But Renz hasn't disappointed yet, so. If you think he has a bad song, do let me know.
Tell me if you ever.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyways, if you think he has a bad song, let me know in the comments so that I can go check it out and verify if I think it's bad. That's new. Is this not English? What language is this? I don't know. Just saying. got one word out of that entire thing, and it was Ren.
I lay broken on the kitchen floor. I clawed at the laminate. Pain wandered my body, an uninvited guest. Bones of a home where the devil could rest. I cursed the gods, cursed my messiah, cursed my maker. I cursed all of creation. There I lay, feeble and thin. Sick boy, 7 my sin. Have you ever felt pain? Stomach wrenching, unrelenting. Tell me, have you ever felt pain? Condescending, muscles clenching. Tell me, have you ever felt pain?
I mean, I don't mean to like. You ever had a period cramp? I'm sorry. I know that he would. I don't mean to make fun. He dealt with a lot of stuff. I'm willing. This song seems like it's gonna be about his condition, his trauma, and all the pain that he had to go through. By the way, I finished the chapters. I finished all the way to chapter 8. So I have a lot more understanding of him and his music, and what he went through. So that's always nice. Pain-wise, though, I mean, what is, like, the worst pain that you guys have been through? Man, I don't know. Like, I had my tonsils taken out at the age of 17, and it was horrifying. It was so painful. I cried so much. My dog was depressed. It was terrible. However, I don't think that it would be the worst pain. I don't want to get into a lot of detail, but I am a very open book. So, I had an issue quite a few years ago. I was probably like 20 at the time. Yeah, 20. So it was about 8 years ago. And I had a shaving mishap. Learned my lesson since then. Haven't had an issue since then. But I got a hole where I did not need to have a hole, and it was so fucking painful. I barely wanted to go to work, and I didn't have a choice because I worked at Walmart at the time, and it sucked, but I'm so thankful that I had a really nice manager, and I didn't have to explain the situation to him. And he was like, he went down the chemicals aisle, we're all working, he's like, everybody needs to hurry up except for you. You can take your time. And I was like, thank you so much. Oh, dude, it was so painful. It was, I think that was the worst pain of my life. Not fun. But beyond that, you know, I mean, and then, I mean, even like, I've even had foot surgery recently, and even that wasn't so painful. Yes, I had a lot of pain. I cried a few times, for sure. I still don't think it was the worst pain of my life. I've never broken any bones. I just had a surgery because I had a very large bone in my foot. But yeah, so that's my story, as uncomfortable as that might have been to listen to. I want to know what your stories are. What's the worst pain that you guys have ever been in? I mean, whether it be, you know, sickness or an injury of sorts, like, I'm fairly curious because everybody goes through different things and different experiences. Even emotional pain can be worse than physical pain at times. You know? Sometimes it can hurt so much I don't know.
A rose emerges from the pavement cracks. They'll write my eulogy with broken glass. Eternal parallax.
Pain.
Pain the author, I accept this. Pain the teacher, bruised apprentice. Pain resisting, pain will come. Pain the mother, I'm the son. Pain that splits you, and too many hits you. The dark and the light will converge to one. Pain that twists you, the heavens dismiss you. The Father, the Ghost, and the Holy Son. Body bagging me. Zip it up quick, get their things on B. I search for peace in the belly of a beast. Sick boy, onomatopoeia. Running up a fever, following a leader. Wanna be me, huh? Grass isn't greener. Bright light, seizure, dynamite dealer. Dine at the table of the coroner, E-top for 13 years and I've been feeling so stuck. Lucky number 13, just my luck. Empires tumble, rubble and dust. The universe shrinks and the planets combust. In God we trust. God tied a noose to his neck and he walked to the edge and he jumped. Angels wept, I I bear witness, watching the whole thing unfold from my bed. A bed where I never deep rest, a bed where I'm always depressed, a bed with the human oppressed, a bed for a tomb where I slept, a bed in the room that's a womb for this mess. Sick boy bitten by a tick boy, tell me how it feels to be buried while you breathe. Stones and sticks boy, pain is a gift boy, hard to make a stand when you crawl on your knees and I kneel. I kneel at the altar of my own disease and I beg the sky for mercy, mercy never came. Life did me dirty, 33 and hurting, cursing. Jesus died at 33 and still my sins are lurking. Gears are turning, future stays uncertain. Surgeon incision, murder ambition. Fear of the unknown preserves a religion. Denounced the gods when my body went missing. Back then, the pain spray ricochet like a Mac 10. Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wing seraphim out of God's grace. Cried tears from heaven like clap.
No. Sorry, I was like, he said a word that just, oh.
Back then, the pain spray ricochet like a Mac 10. Hot lead hit the bed that was trapped in. Red wing seraphim out of God's grace. Cried tears from heaven.
I gotta, right there. Seraphim. It's not spelled the same way, though. Is it? Le Seraphim? Seraphim? No, I think the Le Seraphim is spelled with F's. What is that one? Oh dear. Hold on, guys. Sorry. When I don't understand something, I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, that's so, with Le Seraphim is a group. That's spelled entirely different. So what is okay, Seraphim are class. Why didn't I know that? Okay. So there's another term, and I'm blanking on it, but for Nephilim is the other word that sounds similar. Oh, I don't see. I'm telling you, I learned new things. Now I know what a seraphim is. I know what Le Seraphim was, but not seraphim. Okay, good to know. Cool. And if you didn't know, I guess we all learned something. It's a type of angels. It's like a breed of angels with 6 wings.
Seraphim out of God's grace, cried tears from heaven like clapping. Stick pins in the voodoo Hendrix. Thick skin, stay humble Kendrick. Stay skeptic, check the biometrics. Bloodstained crime scene forensic.
I did understand that line. Stay humble, Kendrick. Man, I don't really. You know what? I haven't, like, my brother really likes Kendrick, and I've heard some songs, but I never really paid attention. I'm like, he's okay. Wasn't really in my bucket, but you know what? If anyone here is watching this and listens to that guy, if you know, like, a good song, like, you think it's really good, and it's not about drugs, booze, or getting ass, if it's, like, legit, like, we're telling, a story, or, something of that nature, let me know, and I'll go check it out.
Pins in the voodoo Hendrix. Thick skin, stay humble Kendrick. Stay skeptic, check the biometrics. Bloodstained crime scene forensic. Lights on, lights out. Fade into the background. So down. Running from the silhouette of self-doubt. By now. Really should have figured this shit out. Lights on, lights out. Smackdown. Let it be. Quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got shot for attention. What does that tell you about the good intention?
He's saying a lot of names, man. And I know most of them.
By now, really should have figured this shit out. Lights on, lights out. Smackdown. Let it be. Quote John Lennon. Click clack, John got shot for attention. What does that tell you about the good of intentions? Bitterness formed in a storm of aggression. Prophets get dropped, imagining heaven. Martin Luther, Mahatma, Dad, 6-6 followed by 6 and 7. Build them, praise them, bury them, dead. I was born to be half a man with half a chance. My heart isn't half righteous, half is down and half a gram. Hard soul troubles and thoughts stay darker than Uruk-hai master plan. Sharper than glass shards, splinter and cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. He makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan. Followed by 7 whole sins for a self-made Armageddon. Sin 1, pride.
What does Parmesan having to do with? Well, you said Parmesan, but the same thing, or they're two different things? I don't know.
Half righteous, half is down, and half a gram. Hard though troubles and thoughts stay darker than Urukai master plan. Sharper than glass shards, splinter and cinnamon. Irony could kill a man. He makes money when the music lands. Expand, pay me my cheese, rain down parmesan. Followed by seven
He just said parmesan, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, people say things. Tomato. Parmesan, same thing. I mean, he's talking about cheese. Okay, I think I understand why it relates. Okay, I was so confused for a second.
All sins for a self-made Armageddon. Sin one, pride. Pride makes a man.
Armageddon. Sorry. I'm one of those people where things like pop up either in a song or a movie or a day-to-day life, and then another like song pops into my head. I'm one of those people that sing through my life, man. So I hear something and I start singing a song that it reminds me of, and Armageddon reminds me of Espa. Armageddon. Sorry.
Rain down parmesan. Followed by seven whole sins for a self-made Armageddon. Sin one, pride. Pride makes a man kill a man for his ego to survive. Sin two, lust makes the grass look greener. Crucifies trust. Sin three, gluttony. Humans consume and consume. Planet Earth gets a frontal lobotomy. Four, sloth. Rinse and repeat. Reruns, repeat. Time lost. Sin 5, envy. That's when one man's win is another man's frenzy. Sin 6, wrath, rage, vengeance, killers, psychopath. Sin 7, greed. Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need and take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep.
Greed is such a real thing. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about this. Listen, guys, my sister is so greedy. Oh my god, what kind of person just leeches off their mother for over 6 months? And then on top of that, okay, mom was like, listen, you don't have to pay bills, but I need some help. So she was mowing the lawn for a while, and then and she's living with her man. Okay, so my sister and her man are living with my mother for free for 6 months, okay? They quit mowing the lawn. They said, I'm not going to mow the lawn anymore because it's hot. And then she doesn't help watch the kids because they're not my kids, and it's my day off. Just some lazy, greedy motherfuckers to sit there and live with your parents for free at the age of 25, almost 26 years old. With your man, not pay a single dime, and you both have jobs, but you're so broke. Where's your money? I'm convinced they're druggies, but you never know. Okay, you never know. Anyways, greed, man, greed. And it also reminds me of like the story when I was a kid. Like so I have 2 younger sisters. Okay, the youngest and then the younger. So we're gonna go with the younger and the youngest. So the younger one. 1 year, she was the favorite, so I mean, there's that too. But my mom happened to have a job during the time. My mom was always in and out of jobs. So she happened to have a job during the time of the younger sister's birthday. Got her a big giant bear, okay? Well, mind you that my younger sister's birthday is in August. I didn't get this, and my birthday was a month prior. But you know what? I'm not greedy, okay? Because I was older and I understood that we had money issues, and I wasn't trying to be about that. I never cared about the gifts. I cared about, it was the thought that counted, That's what I was into. Like, let me have a few friends over. Like, I could care less if you spent $50 on me or not. Like, I really don't care. And I'm still that way. It's the thought that really matters. Make me a card, sign it. I'm cool with that too. Rip out a piece of paper, put happy birthday on it. I don't care. But then, so it rolls around to January for the youngest birthday, and she throws such a fit. I didn't get a big beer, and I don't do this, and I don't get that. You greedy, envious motherfucker. I think my sister is the most greedy person in the world, anyways. Yeah. Let's finish this. Because I'll talk forever,
See, that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need and take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep and repeat, then we exile the shepherds
and that's another thing with our oceans. Like, what are we doing out here, guys? We can see that our oceans are absolutely failing. We're killing fish. There's been mass, washups on beaches of certain fish, types and whatnot. Like, And we're out here just like, oh, there's some trash in the ocean. I don't care. Just because you're not going to be here in 100 years to suffer those consequences doesn't mean that your kids won't. Yeah, it's just greedy.
Destroyers all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need and take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we feed and we sleep and repeat. And we exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. We inherit the meat. We inherit this world that we breathe.
I just keep coming up with things the more I listen to this part. Like, man, like with the greed and whatnot, man, and taking more than what we need. I have a friend, and I get thoroughly salty with her sometimes because, like, so they get government assistance for food stamps. She's got a third kid on the way. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of I have my own opinions about using the government. But we're not going to get into that in this one. But anyway, so she goes and she buys all this food, okay? But then she doesn't buy food that will stretch. She doesn't buy food that will expire later on. She's thinking about right now in the next week. You should be thinking about the next 30 days. But anyways, so she'll just spend all her money and then she'll be like, we don't have any more food, blah, blah, blah. But then when she gets re-up on her money, she has to go and throw away perfectly good food in the freezer. Like, you know, those Jimmy Dean, you know, sandwiches and things like that. Oh, there. On the charger. Shit. Oh, I almost just spilled a bunch of water. Ooh. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, just telling you, and those things are expensive. Like, I don't know if y'all be going to the store and looking at these things, but like for 4 biscuits is like 12, 14 bucks. Are we for real right now? And yeah, she'll just go throw them all away and this and that. And I'm just like, but you have no food? Like, you have to buy so much food in one setting that you have to throw away perfectly good food? Or she'll go to a food bank and she'll pick out like 3 items. And you're like, all right, well, I don't want the rest of this. Okay, but you might need it. Like, are we for real? Like, you can use things for anything. Like, even my friend Becky, okay, her kids get, the only thing that my friend B is, guilty of is throwing away leftovers. They don't eat leftovers, which is also very upset. I don't like to waste food. Unless it's got like mold and whatnot and it's been that long, but I really try not to. You know, I try to get to everything in a decent time frame. Like, I have a whole bunch of fruit that I really need to go and eat. But yeah, and I only buy for a certain amount of time. I'm not gonna think about 30 days ahead, to be honest, because I feel like I'm just me. I'm gonna waste a lot, you know? And going to the store makes me sad. Like, yesterday I went to the store and there was so much meat and whatnot on sale and it was expiring for today. Man, I just feel like the stores could just like do something like cook those and give them out or something. You know, why waste? Like, it just makes no sense. Or like those people that will go and make cakes and do like waste food just for views and whatnot. Meanwhile, I saw this guy one time that did the same thing. Like, he copied a video, and in the first guy that guy number 1, guy number 2. Guy number 2 was copying guy number 1. Guy number 1 wasted his cake. Guy number 2, even though the cake looked like crap, he's not about wasting food. So he cut it into pieces, put it on these Tupperwares, you know, and gave them out to the needy or, you know, whoever on the streets. Like, that was a very nice thing to do. Granted, you really shouldn't take food from strangers on occasion because you never know what's in it. But in that case, you know, if we're giving a wide spread, it's not just you, so it's not like someone's gonna want to go out and poison the whole fucking street. I mean, let's be honest. So, I mean, I feel like that would be a logical, okay reason. But if they're just giving it to you, that's a bit different. But yeah, because we go through just so much. Like, there are starving children out here. Wasting. I just don't. Oh yeah, but what I was saying about my friend B is she gets these things from her school with like cereals, bunch of milks, chilies, things like that. Granted, I don't want like the mac and cheese or the vegetarian lasagna, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I was guilty of throwing away a bunch of those cans. nobody was gonna want to eat it. But I was trying to get rid of it, like to the homeless and whatnot. I just never ended up getting there to get rid of it quickly. So and I don't know where any of the red boxes are in my town. I need to figure that out so I can put things in there that I won't eat, or friends and whatnot, because there are people that really need that. But anyway, so my friend gives me this stuff, and I will like use all those milks, or like 1% milks and whatnot. And granted, even though a lot of people don't drink 1%, the kids don't seem to care. You know, you got those toddlers that are like 1, 2 years old and they drink milk religiously, okay? I got a niece that's like that. I've really tried to nip it in the bud, but my mom just gives her whatever she wants. So I'm like, well, Mom, why waste money when I got like 60 of these little freaking milks? So we just like stick the whole through and put it in her bottle and or her sippy cup and give it to her. Because why waste? I mean, you know, if someone's gonna eat it, come on now. Anyways, let's finish this. Oh my gosh, I only have like so many seconds. I've been repeating the same thing over and over because I always have something to say.
Greed plants a seed that will destroy us all if we succumb to greed. If we take what we need, then take more than we need, then our oceans will bleed. Still we feed and we sleep and repeat. Then we exile the shepherds and follow the sheep. We inherit the meat, we inherit this world that we bruise and we beat. We inherit this vanity, so because of creeds. Inherit the liars, the murderous thieves. One sin for every one day of the week.
Oh man, that was a good one. I'm gonna put that on my list, like right. That was a good one. That made me think about a lot. Even though I didn't have much commentary until like towards the end, that was a really good one. So yeah, exciting. Man, I really feel like the human race shouldn't even exist. Like if we all got wiped out tomorrow, I wouldn't even be upset about it. Like we do not deserve to like, man, have y'all ever seen that show Sweet Tooth? I wouldn't be upset, honestly. I would be super excited and I would be like, oh, look at my little puppy human. Look at my little piggy human. I would be so thrilled, honestly. It's a little weird, but I would be thrilled. That's so adorable. But also, like, maybe they would do better. I mean, you know, because animals are not harming the earth like the humans are. The humans are the problem. We are the problem. And we should cease to exist. We should not be colonizing other worlds. Yeah, it's nice to travel and see other things. That's cool and all, but should we colonize it? No, because we're going to destroy that planet too. Oh, we need to fix the one we're on. Anyways, everybody have a great day. I'm sorry that I talk a lot, and I look forward to seeing you in the next ones. Bye.